Welcome to episode 7 of my weather routing series. I haven't put a new video up in quite a while because, frankly, there's just not much to say. We haven't found a good passage. There are some interesting things to point out here, though. We've entered a very dangerous phase in passage planning, and it started when Cindy uttered the words, "Maybe we should relax our standards for high seas." Those very words, or words to those effect, have launched a million bad passages. Let's start with the Isobar map and see if there's anything on the horizon. Hint, there isn't. We have these horrible lows coming down, forming off Australia and coming down between New Caledonia and Australia, and huge seas on the back sides of these lows kicking up, very short period swells. The first time I see anything that looks possible, here I'll turn off the animation, is, say, when the wind goes south here, which is Tuesday. Now we're looking at the GFS model because that seems to be the most accurate where we're going in Australia. So let's see what happens if we go from Tuesday. It's quite a ways out yet, so the data won't be great. The seas are behind us at 20 knots, 15 knots. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of front action. So let's do a routing from Tuesday, the 26th of July. Right now it's the 20th, so that doesn't start for 6 days. And to make this a little bit more useful, I think I'm going to go to the offshore application to do this routing and just talk you through the offshore application. Okay, I've launched the PredictWind Offshore application. I'm using the Windows version. I think they make it for about everything. I'm going to connect to my Iridium Go. So here I have connected to the Iridium Go on Wi-Fi. It says no internet, don't worry, this doesn't have internet in a traditional sense. And I'm going to go to weather routing. Now it says my grid is outdated, yeah, because I haven't used this in quite a while. I can close that, and I can select a route. Let's go to Gladstone, and now I'm going to go to downloads. And let's get GRIBs because the routing doesn't do too much good without GRIBs. And let's get, we're going to try to minimize the data here. So let's get every 12 hours for 10 days. That's still going to be a lot of data. And we're going to enable weather routing. And we're going to start on, what was it, the 26th Tuesday. And let's make it afternoon. And we're going to get a weather routing. We don't need observations. Let's not get ocean data for now, and we don't need the GPS tracking. So we go to next. Now, some of this stuff you have to set up on the desktop version, and like the wave polars, I believe. So make sure you do that before and try the offshore app before you actually leave to go offshore, because you won't have things set up. Now we could use the web and just download stuff normally, but let's do the Iridium Go. So it says no signal. Let's wait and see what it says. Let's see if it ever says signal. I might ignore that because it is showing 5 bars here. So I might just ignore that. There it goes, ready to connect. Just hit download all and wait forever. And I usually go away, have lunch, have dinner, have a midnight snack, and then come back and it's there. I'm going to fast forward through this, but it takes quite a while. It's so slow, and this is a lot of data to get over the satellite. And finally, an hour and a half later, it's all downloaded. The Iridium Go is disconnecting. I don't really have to wait for that. I'm going to click hide here, and here is the weather routing. Now, see how these did diverge up until this point on the 30th of July? That's when we go to the ECMWF ensemble data, so it really kind of comes together, and who knows how accurate it really is. But this is just like the desktop application where we see the wind speed and it goes up to above 20 knots for a little bit. The wind angle starts off beating and ends up off at a broad reach at 135 degrees. There's some concerning rain here and the Cape gets high, but actually those numbers are really small, so that's probably not of any concern. Wave height, 2.5 meters. Okay, like I said, we maybe have to relax our standards, and maybe 2.5 meters looks good now. Wave period is around 9 seconds for most of it, 7 seconds here for the PW models. Who knows what's real there? It's still so far out, but maybe that's okay. The roll looks pretty bad. I remember in excess of 4 degrees is a problem, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days with the roll at about 4 degrees. So that doesn't look particularly good. And vertical acceleration of over 0.2 is supposed to be problematic. It doesn't quite get up to that, but it is fairly high on a couple of models, and no slamming incidents. So that doesn't look too bad. We have wave data here just like we do on the desktop app. And I'm just going to go through and look here. The period, 9 seconds. Okay, it comes down to 7.7 at 2 meters. That's pretty steep. Now we're up at 9 seconds. And down here at the end of this trip, well, the wave's only 0.4 meters, so 4 seconds isn't bad. It could be worse. It's actually looking like a possibility. So I think I'll just keep looking at this every day, and I'll update you on what we find when there's something interesting to report. Thanks a lot for joining us.